Behold! Operation Midnight Hammer, because clearly the most important part of a military strike is giving it a name that sounds like a rejected G.I. Joe villain.
A wise guy, eh?
So here's what's becoming more and more clear. The US launched 125 aircraft and dropped 75 guided munitions on Iran's nuclear sites, and still didn't destroy the actual nuclear program. Stellar work, folks. Just top-tier stuff. All of that tech and firepower and fear just to maybe delay things by, wait for it, months. Months. Truly the kind of decisive action that you write history books about. Meanwhile, Iran casually escorted its nuclear materials out the back like, don't mind us. And the IAEA rolled through afterward and basically said, yep, no radiation here. What this means is threat level midnight, or whatever this was, amounted to an expensive explosive L. But hey, I'm sure it quelled regional anxieties and reassured the world of our strength by violating sovereign airspace and bombing non-combatant infrastructure. You know, freedom stuff. The same people foaming at the mouth about our border being sacred apparently have zero fucks launching 75 missiles across someone else's. All of that oppressive American gumption proudly delivered by the spiritual descendants of Contra death squads. I wonder what the door prizes were. Now, Iran's parliament has approved a measure to close the Strait of Hormuz in retaliation for the strikes I mentioned in my last episode, but as of this recording, the final decision lies with Iran's Supreme National Security Council and Supreme Leader. And no, they haven't done it. Yet. They've never actually pulled the trigger on closing the strait before, but they've also never faced this level of existential pressure, both internationally and internally. Still, it's unlikely. They rely on the strait too. Choking it would only hurt them as much as anyone else. In the meantime, Iran's pulled out of the IAEA and basically promised to ramp up nuclear enrichment like it's the national pastime. So if anything, we sped them up. Stellar job. Trump naturally is facing scrutiny for authorizing this without congressional approval, and Iran seems more than happy to resume launching missiles into Israel, right after Netanyahu apparently ignored the imaginary ceasefire that Trump tweeted into existence. All of these fervent emotions led to the president dropping the F-bombs on live morning television. As of now, it's night in the Middle East, and who knows how this is going to escalate. What is abundantly clear is that Trump's mission failed. He has no influence over any of the actors throwing munitions at civilians, and he looks not just weak, but gullible, manipulated, and completely powerless. So this marks the second major foreign policy faceplant of his second term, the first being his laughable promise to end the war in Ukraine in 24 hours. We are now hundreds of days into that magical one-day peace plan, by the way. Meanwhile, MAGA's doing what MAGA does best, contradicting itself in real time. They say they don't support war, but now they do support war. They don't want to be the world's police, but they do want the right to bomb any nation that doesn't seem particularly cash money. They cheered when Trump annihilated Iran's nuclear program. Then they're totally shrugging when it turned out Iran evacuated their materials ahead of time. Same voters who applauded him for promising lower egg prices are now thrilled to patriotically eat the cost of his tariffs. Champions of individual liberty until federal agents start rounding up immigrants. So here's my challenge to you. If you supported and voted for this flaming parade of negligent orangutan shit, I'd love to hear one objectively good thing that's come from ignoring the rest of us. Just one. And then maybe explain why anyone on this planet or any other should take you seriously ever again. Most of y'all haven't even found the integrity to own your current massive mistake, so I seriously doubt that you'll ever find the guts to admit it. But, hey, I hope you're just thrilled with all the peace and strength that your supreme sphincter has brought to the world. I really do. And even if you never say it out loud, I hope that somewhere deep down you feel the shame. You should. Maybe you'll grow out of it. Learn something. Be better. And for the millionth time, stop taking this administration, or Donald Trump especially, at face value. He has made all of you look like assholes. Anyway, if you enjoyed the medicine, make sure to like and subscribe so I can continue documenting just how stupid it was to support Trump or, frankly, just sit out the election. Y'all come back now. You hear?